Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cole, and in today's video we are going to be attempting to design and build the Porsche 930 Turbo. Now you might be asking, well, a lot of you have already built a 930 Turbo, so why are you building one? And the reason is I just saw a really cool video on the internet about the Yoshida Special 930 Turbo, and you know how me and a lot of other people are when you hear about Japan street racing and tune cars and stuff like that. So yeah, basically today that's what we're going to attempt to do. Now I'm not sure if this video will go live in the end. Hopefully it does, and because we can build 935 and other things out of it, we'll see how it goes. So my idea so far is to use a 7 wide front end and like an 8 wide rear end or something like that. I have to take a closer look at the 930 itself just to kind of get an idea of how it goes together. I think Rick's Blocks and Ox did something similar to this with his Singer 911 or 964 911 with the wider rear end with an odd stud width, I think, in the front. I can't remember exactly how he did it, but something like that. I think that should work pretty well, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I think we will build the model in red, so obviously we have some red parts here. This is actually going to be kind of the chassis. It's very interesting because I think we're just going to do an entire car in 7 wide and just use jumper plates like we did some of the wide body cars to extend the rear fenders and the rear bumper. So yeah, basically we have the base plate here slash chassis, I guess, and so now I'm going to attempt to kind of just connect this to the fenders, and yeah, also we're going to do it in red because I feel like we haven't built a red car in a little bit, and I kind of want to make use of these red fenders. Alright, so I finished up a bit of the car here. As you can see, we kind of have the chassis design down. So basically the plan for the car itself is we're going to do standard like 930 Turbo. We'll probably do a standard version as well. This version is just going to be the tuned up. Actually, maybe we'll build the standard version first. We'll get that kind of like Japan racing midnight whatever front bumper thing, the lights and the vents. And then we will do like rough wheels, or a lot of those had rough wheels or similar wheels anyway. And then we'll do like a with those aggressive intakes, Nakaducts, something like that, like the big rough intake with the side strakes. And then around the back, or maybe even do red wheels. That might be too much, but some 911s look cool with body color matched wheels. And then maybe around the rear we'll do like a turbo sticking out the bumper or something angry like that. Or maybe we'll do like a whale tail. Actually, that could look cool, like a 935 style wing on there. It'd be really cool to make a version with the slant nose as well. We'll probably do that. We can do a million versions of this thing, but yeah. So the general idea is that we're going to have the racing front bumper, rough intakes, or just like some sort of aggressive intake upgrade, and turbo in the back. And with that said, I will continue building. Alright, so here's a bit of a progress update to 911. We have some side door panels now, and these are actually installed in a very interesting way, using, here, let me rip this out of here so I can show you guys. Basically, yeah, it's kind of overcomplicated, probably definitely overkill, but I'm just kind of messing around, having fun. So yeah, basically this whole assembly, you're using these pneumatic T-bars to connect these at an angle so that the slope is a little bit less. I just built the Murcielago with this technique, as you guys have seen, so I just thought I would try it here just for the heck of it. And you also got these pieces here which are forming the door handles. Obviously there's not much space needed here, so we may take that assembly out. We'll see how it goes. We're on the rear working on some fender stuff. Got this rear bumper design, it's kind of comes together, but yeah, that's just a bit of a minor update, and now we'll get back to work. Alright, so we made a lot of progress. I should probably film more when I'm building, but basically, we connected the rear bumper. We have a bunch of, well, obviously we have the rear deck, kind of, and you have the rear spoiler. You have the rear window, which is pretty simple, but I think we're just going to leave it like that for now. I thought what we'll do is, I'll just kind of show you guys how it's going, and then in the final design overview, I'll actually show you guys how it all goes together. Up front here, we actually have some of the bumper installed. Now, I was going to do a stock 911 Turbo, 930 Turbo bumper, and then just make an add-on bumper that looks like the aftermarket bumper conversions. But I thought about it, and honestly, I really have no interest in building a stock 930 Turbo as cool as they are. So yeah, we're just going to go straight for the bumper. I believe it's called like a garage, I can't remember, it's called garage something, but yeah, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember very hard, but I cannot remember it. Either way, they had these really cool, well, at least the original one, the Yoshida Special 930 had these massive headlights and then massive air intakes for just flying down the highway at high speed, so you got lots of air coming in, you got headlights to see all the cars coming at you as you are racing through them, which I think is incredibly cool. And yeah, basically, we have that set up here, and that's the current update, so I'll try and update you guys a little bit sooner than this time, so you guys can kind of see more of the insides. Alright everyone, so it is the next day, and we have made considerably more progress. So as you can see, we have put in basically the nose, kind of. Then we have the headlights, which are basically using similar technique to the Lego set, where we're just going to mount them using these Technic pins in these pieces that can hold them, and we're also using brackets to hold these at like a lower level, which I think looks pretty good. We're using these round pieces to get the round fender on the top. Yeah, I think it's coming along quite nicely. Now, the interesting challenge will be mounting a windshield. Now, obviously, I think this B-pillar thing will probably have to be redone, because I don't think it's going to work right, at least. I think it looks good now, but I don't think it's going to match up very well with anything else we try and put on there roof-wise. Here we have a windshield that may work for this, but if I try and put it in there, it's like, I'm not sure we're going to get that in there. I guess it kind of sort of fits. It's going to be quite a little bit tight if we try and get in there, so I don't know. We'll mess with it, see what happens. Yeah, something like that. Oh well. I guess I will try and install some sort of hinge here. Hinge the windshield back, finish up this part of the hood, and then try and connect the roof. And yeah, and I'll let you guys know how it's going in a few minutes. Okay, so about updating you guys soon. I failed, I guess. But it does look pretty good, and so let's go over the design a bit. Here, let me get my plate. There we go. So, let's first go, let's take this apart here. There you guys can see it better. Like that. And that off there. Okay. And we'll take that off there. There we go. Alright. So, last time we updated you guys, basically we're trying to get the windshield on. So we got the windshield on, which is sitting at an angle with a hinge. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera level. And then, as you can see, the sides, they are sticking out a little bit more than I'd like them to, but it's okay, I think, because we can get the windshield on there. They're mounted like that. I actually completely redid the system to hold them on there before we were using this, obviously, which worked okay, but it was kind of overkill, and it was a little bit hard to adjust, and you couldn't hold them in this position, so now we're using this system, which is a lot simpler and stronger, and just kind of easier to use. Back here, we also got a different system to hold in these side intakes. Now, like I said, I wanted to go for like a roof style intake, I should say, and yeah, basically that's just what we've done here. That little kind of crack in between the fender and the thing, I'm pretty sure that's on some roof cars. I'm pretty sure that's how it is on most roof cars, and I just like the way it looks anyway as a vent. Then back here we have the just kind of this area has also been redone because that's where the old connection for the doors was, or the sides. And then I guess that's basically it for that part. Actually, I'll show you guys in here. I'll take this off, that way you guys can kind of see how this whole thing goes together. This was kind of a nightmare to figure out how to mount these. Sorry, it's really hard to see. I should actually take this fender off so you guys can see that better. This just kind of assembly right here, which is comprised of like this bit stacked on top of that bit. And yeah, this was just kind of a pain to figure out how to mount it. And in the end, a lot of the cabin is taken up by mechanisms, but I wasn't really planning on putting an interior on this one, considering it's 7 wide and you can't really fit anybody in it. Not that you can usually fit anybody in cars at all, even the 8 wide ones. But yeah, I may put a very small interior. There's not much space for it, so we may just try and do some minor details. But I'm pretty happy with it for now. Also, this part is a little bit awkward. Here we have this just kind of this bit sticking out. Now this is technically realistic because on the real turbo you have this trim kind of sticking out right here, but there should be another red wedge plate underneath. I just don't have any on me at the moment, and so I'm gonna have to order some so I can put one under there or something. But for now I think it looks fine. And then for the rear window we have this assembly, which is pretty simple. Actually, okay, it doesn't look that simple. Basically we just have kind of a red frame, and inside of it you have a window on hinges. It's not transparent, unfortunately, but I think it looks fine. We changed the mounting system back here for the trunk lid, or whatever the engine cover I suppose it is in this case. Basically, how it goes together is that this piece right here, the hinge is mounted right back there, and then our window goes right on top of there, just like that, hinged, and then sits there quite nicely. And then we have this assembly. Basically, this touches the ground. These are door handles. This is the roof. Slide it in there. And almost boom. Okay, now we just gotta fix the windshield. Boom, there we go. It lines up very nicely. I'm actually extremely happy with how this turned out. I thought it would be more of a non-serious build originally, but now I'm actually really happy with it. There's a couple minor things that could be improved. I think the bumper could be improved a little bit. I think this looks a little bit strange. I'm not really sure what to replace it with. I think the sides do stick out a little bit too much. I'm not sure if we're going to ever change that, but it could be improved maybe in the future. Obviously, this part needs to be fixed there. The rear, actually, I think I'm quite happy with, even though there's a couple gaps and stuff here and there. I like it, and we're just going to keep I think we're just going to keep it like this. We do need one more taillight piece, which I don't have, so it is different on both sides. But otherwise, I'm quite happy with it. So we just basically need an exhaust, some wheels. Oh yeah, unfortunately we did have to take the 512M, but in this case I figured, you know, you can always get a new set, or you can just rebuild the set. This is just like a brand new thing, so it's always kind of worth it taking apart something that you know how to put back together to build something brand new. So yeah, that's what we did here. And yeah, I guess we'll just finish it up and then show off the final model. Now, actually, what I might do is that I'm going to put the interior in, I'm going to put the wheels on it and stuff like that. And I think we're actually going to let it sit for a couple days, just so I can think about some modifications and just upgrades to the design. Not necessarily upgrades to the car itself, like performance upgrades, but just like to make it look better, or just to like fix some of these little things that I pointed out. One thing I did want to do is somehow integrate those RSR style mirrors, which are like really small and they kind of just go right here. So I thought the slope, that's really big, and yeah, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, gonna put the wheels on it, let it sit for a couple days, see if I want to make any changes to it, and then we will do the final design overview and video montage. Normal, I guess, as far as the way to go together. Or maybe some of them are a bit different, I guess, in the way they go together, if you could call it that. This one is different to the normal ones, in that it goes together different. This model, I don't know, it's so different than any other car I built. It's been quite interesting, quite fun to build, in that we have the 7-stud wide center with the 8-stud wide rear, and then you have a lot of 5-stud wide wing, 5-stud wide kind of rear. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on with it, so let's try and break it down a bit, I guess, here, and just kind of explain what's going on, because I'm a bit confused myself. But anyway, so let me just explain what it's supposed to be, because I kind of went all over the place there in the beginning about what we were going for. So basically, it's a 930 turbo with the upgrades that a lot of the Midnight Racing Club, I guess, 911s had. So that's an upgraded garage TBK front bumper, and some wheels that don't necessarily look like rough wheels like I was planning on, but the gold wheels just look so good that I had to go with them. And then actually, other than that, there's honestly not that much different than a normal 911 would be. So maybe in the future I will make a standard 911 if you guys want, but if you guys don't want it, then I won't do it, because I really like the this bumper a lot better. So in the end, we also did not go for any turbos in the back. We'll probably do that in the future because it's a really cool idea, but I kind of wanted something a bit more like, well, just basically stock bumper. And so yeah, we have the stock bumper. We also have one big exhaust. I think stock turbos have 2 exhausts, so this technically is a bit modified because it's got 1 exhaust, I guess, which makes it look a little bit more sporty. Other than that, it's basically exactly the same as I showed you guys last. Also, with the little trim pieces I mentioned, or the little bits of trim sticking out the side here where we need another wedge plate, I actually think it looks better like this. I think that would be a bit too wide, a bit too low to have 2 pieces like that. I mean, I could try it in the future, but it would also really just kind of mess with the stability of the model, and so I'm just going to leave it like this because I think it looks fine. You have the interior, which is pretty simple, just 2 seats, and then you have a steering wheel and gear shifter. Doesn't fit many minifigures, obviously, because it's extremely tight in there. And that's basically, I guess, the design overview. Obviously, it was a lot quicker than normal because I kind of figured you guys already saw the design in the main part of the video, so I won't bother to repeat a lot of it. And yeah, I guess that's really it for this video. I've kind of showcased the model, shown how it goes together, and I guess that's really all I can do in this kind of video. I would kind of like to go more into detail with stuff, but I kind of feel like I made it any longer than this. It would just kind of be excess stuff that I'm just repeating. And I guess that's it for this video. So I hope you guys liked the model, enjoyed the video. Obviously, we're doing kind of new bricks blocks. So obviously in this video I tried something a bit new with the bricks, blocks, and MOC style, kind of showing the design process of the model. So I hope you guys like that. And yeah, I guess that's it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.